All right, everybody. Well, I got that 440 pretty much done, and I'm pretty much happy with it. I'm going to start probably tomorrow, and I'm going to put a 25-inch bar on that thing and cut with it a little bit. But I was getting this thing ready. I need to get this done. So this is a Farmer Tech crankcase right here. I'm not the world's biggest fan of Farmer Tech, but I have found something that I enjoy doing, and that's trading parts out and making a good saw for, general use. I wouldn't hand it to a professional or nothing, but anybody who's cutting a lot of firewood, anybody who's bucking up a lot of logs. So what I like to do, this is a Hyway crankshaft. I've had good luck out of them. I've not had good luck out of the Farmer Techs. This set of Prolne bearings right here for an MS660. I like to go with the Prolne or even Hyway seals, so we're going to go Prolne on this one. I've got a Prolne high output oil pump, so you don't fry your bar whenever you're in the middle of a pretty good buck. And then we've got a Hyway Nickel cylinder. This is actually going to be for an 064. I don't remember why I wound up with an 064 cylinder, but we're going to put that in there. And here in a short bit, I'm going to knock these bearings out. There you can see they already have bearings and seals in there. I'm going to knock those out. I'm going to put mine in. All right, everybody. I've got this thing set up pretty well. I've already knocked the bearings out, so the PTO side and the flywheel side. I haven't opened a whole lot yet, just a little bit. I've got my cylinder bolts right here. I'm not going to be working on that just yet. Found the baggie of screws that was in with the crankshaft, but we're not going to be using that. Where did I set the other one? Right there. All right. Like I said, we're using a Prolne set right here for gaskets and seals. Those are my crankcase screws right now. Here is a Hyway MS660 066 crankshaft. Brand new in bag. I haven't even taken this out yet. That cranks. There we go. I'm going to try and do this kind of quick. There may be some cuts in here. All right. Brand new set, unopened. Prolne MS660 bearings. Oh, these are already greased up. Nice. All right, so the way I like to do this, get this pretty snugged up first. Make sure that I'm flat, which I look to be. Yep. So we'll grip it onto that right there. Right there. I've said it before, there is not a whole lot of force going into that. I'm just pressing it in. All right. Smooth right there. And then right there. This one has the lip inside of the bearing for the seal. All right, we're going to go with the next one. I think I'm going to go with the next size smaller puller that I have. Just because I know I've got the sizes out here for that right now. All right, that's going straight right there. Let's see how it goes. All right, that is it right there. Break that back loose. Again, I wasn't going hard. I didn't back down on it. Like I said, the worst thing you can do is start cranking down on that thing whenever you're trying to push a bearing in. Nothing good ever comes from that. All right, so what I do here, one flat washer, one piece of black pipe, and then in this one, I need my big one. All right, there's a reason I'm going for this side first, because the flywheel side has the deepest crankcase. I've got my rod up here on top. So we're safe right there. I'm not gonna start spinning that into the side of the, I'm not gonna spin the rod into the crankcase and end up bending something or breaking something. All right, so I'm gonna hold my left steady. That's the bolt. I'm taking the nut and I'm pulling the crankshaft into the flywheel side bearing. All right, I pulled that up as far as it's going to go. There it went. And that right there is a very good crankshaft puller. All right. I'll probably be back here in a minute. I'm gonna get that gasket out here in a minute. All right, here's the brand new Prolne gasket right there. Drop that down there. I've already done my silicone that I like to do. Kind of glue the gasket in place to keep it from moving around on me. There we go. Got that. Got that. I actually remember the first one of these I ever built was during the lockdown. I had some mandatory time off because I tested positive for the sickness. So me and my wife had to basically quarantine at home while we both kind of recovered. Then after that saw actually ran for a good 3 or 4 years and wound up selling it to essentially do this kit next. And then this one I'm actually going to trade. Kind of looking forward to this one. Get in there. All right, that's snugged up right there. Let's start getting some crankcase bolts in. Get in there. And this one too, right there. I'll show you here in a minute how I like to do the seals on this one especially, because the last one I did was that MS440. I really couldn't do the seals on it. I could put that bushing in there, and I should have showed you, but on this one, the crankshaft does not have a bushing. So you have to do it just a little bit differently if you don't want to prolapse them. I like to install them after I get the crankshaft in there and get everything lined up. There we go. Got the crankcase bolts nice and tight. And the only thing so far on this saw that is Farmer Tech right now at this particular moment is the crankcases. So this is going to be a nice Farmer Tech, I guess you'd call it a G660. I like having those big like at least one big clone saw to run my 42-inch bar on. I know my stock 660 would probably pull it, but I'd rather just run a 3-foot bar on that one. All right, nice new seal. Let me get, I need just a little dab of grease. Just like that much right there. Not even. We're gonna go around the inside of the rubber seal right here. That way when it starts up, you're not starting it up on a dry seal. Set that back over here. Here's my little piece of a soda pop can. Monster can, whatever you want. Just like that right there. And I'm going to slide that over. Now, the seal is pressed up against the soda pop can, and the soda pop can is all the way down to the bearing. We're going to take this right here, slide it back over. That whole thing I just got done undoing. We're not going to spin it down too tight because I don't want to push down on that soda pop can. Boom. All right, managed to get it finally. The seal is all the way in. It wanted to fight me a little bit for a minute. I don't really know why. It was started straight, but it just wanted to give me fits. All right, now we're moving over here to the flywheel side, and this one will, I hope, be a little bit quicker than that one. I'm not griping at all. That one wasn't bad, but it did give me a little bit of stress for some reason. So we'll set that down real quick. A little glob of grease. Once again, I'm not putting the grease on the outside of the bearing. I'm doing just the inside lip of the seal. Now I think this one right here, I think a 660 is a 9/16. Nope, it's like a 5/8. All right, now for the nice 16 ounce. Make sure we're pretty well straight on there. All right, we now have a complete Prolne 660 crankcase with a Hyway crankshaft, Prolne bearings and seals, and a Prolne crankcase gasket. So here in a minute, we'll be dipping into the, or the next video, I think, we'll be dipping into the Farmer Tech parts. As far as the rubbers are concerned, the screws, seal. We might even go so far as to assemble the, oh yeah, that's smooth right there. I'm going to try not to whack the, let me put it on that side. That's smooth right there. I might assemble most of this side before I start putting the cylinder on, but we're, like I said, we're going with a Hyway top end. I think this is going to make a pretty good running saw. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good evening.